Number 2 is new product and even just better entry product in the terms of master deck sets, but for premium. So I'm hitting 2 points here. For the longtime players, the veterans that have been playing premium, most of us would like new stuff just in general. Yes, there's erratas. Yes, we can use D-series cards to an extent, but not everything is super translatable, and it also just doesn't feel naturally, whereas we had specific catered premium product like premium collections, it just feels like a whole format just changed overall, which is refreshing. This could include a multitude of things. This could be like cards in the G zone, so strides, G-Gerts, perhaps more different mechanics that can be generically used. You could have specific limitations. Energy, the energy mechanic has always been thrown around lately too. You could have energy in premium, but maybe you limit it with certain starters, maybe a certain ride line, or there's ways to just revamp a format entirely with the inclusion of product, of course. And kind of piggybacking on my prior point is that if anything was ban worthy or needs to be adjusted, having the frequent ban lists hits would actually do something about that. So if people have this like, well, it's really hard to design premium because you have to think about this factor, and then sometimes some things aren't really thought of, and this could be harmful for the game state. Yes, but like that hasn't stopped them from doing other cards like Okafor's Genovius with the Excel Circle and Odysseus is F4 type of deal. Like it hasn't really stopped them from doing something like that and actually addressing it later anyway, which they did. I think that format only lasted a few months, maybe 2 months at most. But again, with frequent ban lists, that new product, the new format would be addressed if any issues do happen. Now for the newer players, it's more like having the introduction product. These master deck sets that had came out with standard were definitely a good step in the right direction. And that's totally kudos to Bushiroad making progress on that. But let's have it in premium. We've had something very close to it with the Musketeers, the Revengers, and even the Jewel Knights deck sets, the premium deck sets. And it was close. The one thing that I would add is that make these complete deck sets just like the master deck sets. Like people can genuinely have 4 copies of a certain card and play the deck and actually just run with it. And again, for the love of Messiah, please have some foils. Like just opening a master deck set with just commons was very underwhelming from that aspect. I made an entire video of that versus Yu-Gi-Oh's recently big win with the Chronicles deck, that literally for the same value, you get like a full-blown deck with all the cards being foiled. Check that out later. And it's with that caveat that Bushiroad does need to step up their game. It's not just sufficient like, oh, here's a master deck set in premium. It's complete, but like don't like just make it good. Make it where people can just buy it. And if it's $60, $80, it's complete. And then have some foils at the very minimum.